In this episode of Urban Legends, we delve into the sometimes twisted and disturbing origins of a few products, logos, and household items. We hope you enjoy it, but beware, it might change your perception of the little things in your world. Ladies and gentlemen, JKcinema presents Urban Legends Series Origins.
Guillaume Sykes Odell had a terrible time with his house, which was at one time reported to be the most haunted house in American history. His parents died a horrible death in their home when a local teenage boy murdered them. It turned out he'd once had a crush on Odell's mother, a former high school teacher. After killing Guillaume's parents, the teenager killed himself. This happened just after Guillaume graduated from Purdue University in northern Indiana. Shocked and distressed, the young man became a shut-in at his home.
It was like everything changed. The air in the house was different. Then I started to hear the voices.
A frightened Guillaume told a local newspaper reporter years later. Guillaume tried to ignore the problem, and, as a chemistry student, set up a laboratory in his basement. His parents' death left him not only with pain, but a fortune as well. Guillaume never needed to work a day in his life. This left him lots of time to get acquainted with the ghosts who kept him company. Occasionally he heard his mother's gentle humming from her rocking chair. At other times, he felt the comforting hand of his father on his shoulder. Then there were times when Guillaume felt chilled to the bone. He feared for his life most of the time. Often he would wake up in the middle of the night and find a kitchen knife balancing above his head on the headboard. He also found himself unable to breathe, as though someone were choking him. Surely, this was the work of a teenager. Guillaume had had enough. He contacted a scientist back at his university, who he knew was interested in the paranormal. The man instructed him to study the ghosts, and suggested that he come up with a concoction to keep the ghosts at bay. Believing that there was an element that could push lost souls towards the other side, he insisted that Guillaume look towards chemistry to find the answer. After burning his eyelashes off and working for weeks in solitude, Guillaume came up from his basement with what we know today as paint thinner. However, he called it ghost tonic. He felt he'd found his miracle potion, because when he splashed it on the walls, the paint would fade and run, often in the shape of the phantoms he'd seen. Maybe just because of his delirium, or maybe from the fumes, it seemed to make sense to him. He insisted to those around him that the smell of the tonic, when it made contact with the surface, was the smell of dead ghost. Guillaume ended up selling his concoction to another wealthy classmate, who made his fortune selling paint, and giving away a bottle of the ghost tonic, or paint thinner, as it came to be called, with every purchase.
Mm-hmm.